And we are live. Welcome. That's right. Welcome. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them here. So, Golden Lady Colombian beans. And one thing that I've realized through these few brews that I've done so far is that I do not know a lot about the osmotic flow technique, which is great because it's always humbling to try a new technique and get better at it, because our first cup was super over extracted, our second cup was so-so, but when I was tasting it, it just had room for improvement still, and today we're gonna make even more improvements. So after I turned off my stream yesterday, I realized that the direction that I said that I wanted to take the cup, meaning I wanted to extract more, was probably wrong because of the tastes that I was tasting in the cup as it was cooling down and as I was sipping the cup. So instead we're gonna increase or make the grind size more coarser to hopefully extract a bit less. So the reason I'm doing this is because yesterday the cup was really intense, but the intenseness was the bitterness in the coffee. So when I added a dash of water, it cut down that bitterness, and in my mind I initially thought that that was because it was under extracted, but I have a feeling that the dash of water cut down the bitterness from over extraction. So we're gonna make some coffee today, and this is the recipe we're gonna use. Most of the variables are the same but grind size. So a 1:12 ratio, 20 grams coffee, 240 grams water, 80 degrees Celsius temp water, and grind size 45 instead of 37. So this grind size change is also made because I saw in a lot of different osmotic flow videos that the grind size that they used is just way coarser than what I'm using right now, and also that the flow of the liquid is kind of going too high in the brewer at the end of my pouring session. Like, I still want that dome going on, but right now it's being overfilled and it flows over. So hopefully this grind size change will change that. So let's begin measuring out our beans. Grams of coffee. We changed the grind size from 37 to 45, like so. Pour that in. Let's see, we'll use the brewer to see what grind size we're around at right now. So let me lower this down. So looking at this, I would say the grind size is around 1000 to like 1300 microns-ish going from this. That's where the majority of the grinds lie. Okay, let's get our boiling water. And let's preheat some things. We got our filter, we got our Hario V60. Plop that in over there. And preheat our fabric filter, brewer, and cup. While we have that preheating over there, we're gonna decrease our water temperature down to 80 degrees Celsius. Now it's 100 degrees Celsius. We got our handy dandy water, pour that in. Like so. No, still pretty high. $85. $82. Okay. By the time we start pouring, it should be around 80. Pour out the liquids. Get nice and close. Like so. Pour in our coffee. Give it a shake out. And it's at 81 degrees right now. That should be good enough for me. So we're gonna pour 50 grams of water, let it do its thing, and then we're gonna pour up until around 110-ish grams in the center. And then we're gonna start pouring on the sides after that all the way up to 240 grams, like this. Oh, I should use a towel. So 50 grams first. Let it bubble and do its thing. And then pour in the center. Okay, it's 110 grams now, and I'm gonna go in a circular motion where the crust and bubbles meet. And there, that is 240 grams of water. I can tell that I constantly have an issue with the drips on this side over here where I'm pouring. So I'm always pouring like on the crust on the side over here. But over here it's pretty decent. Ideally you want the circle just like to have like the same amount of crust all the way around. But I can tell right now that I've been pouring over here on the crust. I'm gonna remove the cup as it gets a bit lower to prevent those drips. But this time around I'm gonna put it in a separate cup just to see how much I removed, because maybe I need to add it back again before I added it to the water that I tossed out. Or maybe I should just let it fully drain. Why not? I will remove it right now, actually. Like so. Baby kettle spout length is short. Yeah, this spout is not ideal for pouring like this. However, I've seen small rubber attachments that you can buy for the this kettle over here that makes them more like thinner stream, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I do think that the spout is not ideal for this method over here. But you gotta make the best out of what you have. Okay, let's give that a stir. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta blow my nose. And we're back. So, we got our coffee. Looks delicious. Let's hope it tastes as delicious. Okay, so what did we do? We changed our grind size from 37 to 45, which changed the grind size from around a range of, I think it was 900 to 1002 or something, to 1000 to like 1003-ish, if I remember correctly. But yeah, the flow was kind of the same. Like, it still got really high on the filter. What I'm thinking is maybe I need to change my filter that I'm using also, because this one is actually pretty darn slow, like it's thick. And I have a fabric filter that goes way faster and has a way faster flow rate. So maybe that might be a solution to how I see the end brew turning out, because what happens is that it does level out and it stops doing the osmotic flow kind of like technique because of the water amount just going all the way up. Maybe I need to pulse pour a bit slower, have more intervals in between my pours. So there's a lot of room for improvement and tweaks, I think, just on the look of the pour and the brew itself. But let's taste the coffee and see it's good. You never know. So, in this one I can feel the slight tartness in it. So even though it's primarily a lot of bitter notes, the puckering of my mouth is there, meaning under extracted notes are coming into play in this cup. And the grind size change is probably a bit too intense, is my guess. Maybe I need to do some other tweaks now to compensate for that, but in my opinion, the grind size doesn't look too crazy, but it does impact what I'm tasting right now, which is less bitter notes from the roast, more under-extracted sour notes from the extraction itself. Yeah, I can just feel my mouth just slightly having that puckeredness in there. Okay, let's add a dash of water to this and see what's up. And also let's see how much liquid that I removed from the thing. So since I removed the brewer a bit early, this is the amount of liquid that's in there. It's actually kind of a lot. Looking at it. So actually I should maybe add this too and see how that goes. Let's do it. Right? Let's say that's around, let's measure the cup, this cup, and see how much it is around. Around 15 grams of liquid was still dripping in the brewer as I removed it. Yeah, it tastes much better with the added dash of water and the extra 15 grams of liquid that was still in the dripper. But comparing this cup to yesterday's cup, I actually preferred yesterday's cup more, just because this one still has some of those sour properties, and the bitterness is not as delicious as yesterday's. Like it's not as nice and pleasant. This one's a bit more harsh. So far, yesterday's brew is yet again the best one, but this was a good experiment to see what happens over here. So I actually want to probably try using a different filter just to see how it looks and how the pouring works with a different flow rate filter. Because my guess right now is that I am doing good things within the ballpark range of the osmotic flow, and it might just be a tweak in like the equipment, as in having a faster filter going on, that might just change the whole game and make it work even better. So tomorrow, instead of using this filter over here, I'm going to use, let's see, where are you? This filter over here, which is a bit thinner, which has a better flow rate, meaning quicker. So I'll be tweaking my recipe around this one instead of this one. And it's just to experiment, because now I know that I can get a decent cup with this thicker filter, but I'm really curious as to how it will go with a faster filter. Not bad. So, some interesting things that I'm working on. Right now, I'm actually in the process of reaching out to a lot of different coffee subscriptions and stuff to hopefully get some kind of like a commission slash affiliate program with this channel, which would be great and really cool, where I could like use their beans in these live streams and then have like a promo code or something. I think that would be really rad. But yeah, just testing out the waters out there, seeing what's up, and trying to weave more coffee things in here so that I could engage the audience, you guys, a bit more. And it would be really cool if people could brew the same beans that I'm brewing with. I think that has been something that was recommended by some people, and I think that that's a really cool way to not only have this one-way interaction, but a two-way interaction where you also brew with the same beans and hopefully come to the same or different conclusions, and then we just make an even better cup together. So yeah, make good coffee, have a lot of fun. That's kind of the goal. So, yet again, the more that I'm tasting this, the more it's showing its slight under-extracted notes. And yesterday's cup, as I was drinking it longer and longer, it didn't have these under-extracted notes. And I'm kind of excited to try the quicker filter tomorrow, just to see what the difference is and how it will work, and really what the differences will be in the brew, because maybe it's better or worse for the osmotic flow. And I'm glad that some of you are saying yes to the subscription options, because yeah, you guys will be the pillar stones of good coffee over here. So it'll be really cool to just weave you guys in into the process. Even just having like me have a bean that you guys can purchase down the road if you think that the bean that I'm brewing with is delicious and you want to try it out. Just having like a link or something where you can get it, I think that just that would be really rad too, because sometimes you might not like all the coffees that I like or that I'm drinking, but some of them might be of real interest to you. And just having that kind of like a link to the roaster where you can just quickly nab a bag and try it out for yourself would be really cool and rad. So I'm gonna start linking also all the different roasters that I'm using down below, because guess what? If you like what you see, just get it from them. And try replicating this at home. Okay, so I would say another successful brew. I'm still always just experimenting until I hit a really good recipe, and yet again, it's not there yet. These 3 cups so far, meh. The highest one was maybe like a 70% potential of the beans, in my opinion. So hopefully tomorrow and the day after we can get a even better cup before we rotate back to Fahem, which we'll be doing next week. But yeah, hopefully you have had a stellar sleep. I will peace out and do some video editing. So I was trying to get the video out for today, but you know what? The polish and tweaks required for a video always stumps me, and pushes me back. So tomorrow I'm gonna post the caffeine video that I talked about yesterday tomorrow. So keep me accountable for that. But I hope you have a great day. I hope everything is well, and I'll see you guys in another stream. Bye. Take care, everyone, and have a great day. End stream.